Alrighty, welcome back to another baseball game. This is going to be the Texas Rangers at the San Diego Padres now, from 1986. This is not from this year, so this is sort of a, a fantasy matchup as these two didn't play in 1986. But we're going to play them here on the tabletop. That's the beauty of having these tabletop games. You can mix and match and play any of these historic teams against one another. Let's walk through the starting lineups. For the Rangers, it'll be Oddibe McDowell leading off, and Toby Harrah, I believe. Toby Harrah. Pete O'Brien, Pete Incaviglia. So Pete and repeat, some people might say, back where I grew up. Larry Parrish is DHing. Ruben Sierra gets the start in left. Don Slott at catcher. Steve Buechele at third base, and Scott Fletcher at shortstop. Pitching for the Rangers is going to be the veteran, Charley Hough, as he gets on the mound with his knuckleball. He 230 innings pitched, 33 games started. He was 17-10 with a 3.79 ERA. So it gave up a lot of home runs, which you expect from a knuckleballer. So we'll see how that plays into things here. For the Padres, it's going to be Marvell Wynn getting the start in center, Tony Gwynn in right, Kevin McReynolds in center, Steve Garvey at first. Terry Kennedy is the number 5 hole hitter. He's catching. Greg Nettles at third. Carmelo Martinez is the DH. Tim Flannery at second. And Gary Templeton playing shortstop and hitting ninth. Pitching for the Padres is going to be Andy Hawkins, the right-hander. So this is a matchup of number ones. For each of these teams. Hawkins, 35 starts, 209 innings. He went 10-8 with a 4.30 ERA. So let's see how this one goes off, and hopefully it'll be a good game. This is using a brand new game that I've created. At this point, doesn't have a name. I'm leaning toward something like Quick Pitch or what's the other one? Drop and Drive baseball. That's one that I've sort of thought about. We've got a couple of different names. And if you download the files and play these demos yourself, you'll see in the game guide that I've got a few names there. So if you have any suggestions beyond those, or if one of those seems like a good name for the game, you can just let me know. Send an email to onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I'll get that. I'm looking for playtesters, so if you're interested, click on the link in the description of this video, and then you can go to the GitHub repository and download all the files that you need in order to play. So you get all the cards, the fielding cards, like these fielding cards, and you'll also get the outfield plays chart, which I'll be using, that is just kind of sitting up here. And you'll get all the pitchers, all the batters, for 4 different teams. So the Yankees, the Cardinals, those are the 2 you can't see, and then the Rangers and Padres from the year 1986. So if you want to help out and test the game and see something before it becomes a full game, then feel free to download those files, and would love to hear your thoughts on the game, how it plays, how it can be made better as I continue to play it and see if there's any hiccups in the game or things that can be added to give more detail or, just make it more enjoyable overall. All right, so we're going to play this game out here, and this will be Texas up first. It'll be Oddibe McDowell, Toby Harrah, and Pete O'Brien leading off against Andy Hawkins. So first, we roll our 3 10-sided dice. I'm going to read red, black, white, and then we read off the pitcher card first. So we have the at-bat outcomes here. So whatever that outcome is, some of them are resolved just from this card, like a home run or a balk or a hit by pitch or a walk or whatever. But if it's an out or a strikeout or a hit, then we'll go over to the batter card. And you can see the batter card here has Oddibe McDowell's hits laid out, so we rolled against the hits, or if it's an out, we roll to see what type of out it is, and then we need to go to our fielding chances or our outfield plays chart to find out where the ball went and did the catcher catch it. There's an opportunity to delineate swinging and called strikeouts. So if it's a strikeout here, we'll go to the strikeout chart here and see if it's a swinging strikeout. You can totally get rid of that if you don't care. I like to kind of see, the swinging strikes. It's the narrative of the game. But if you don't want that and you don't care, don't worry about it. If you don't care who catches the ball, don't worry about going over to the charts or anything. It's a fly out, a ground out, a line out. They made it out. So there are rules that you can cut out of this game. We also have some base running plays here, and success is basically the speed of the batter. So that's going to be what we roll against for tag ups, extra bases, steals, etc. And then we have their fielding ratings here, but probably we'll be going off of these fielding cards to get their fielding. Really, it's their catch, which I've changed that to catch and not fielding anymore because it's fielding. So this will be their sort of their catch rating, I guess, range. So if it's within that range, 1 to 991, then the player makes the play. Okay, so that's basically their fielding percentage. Well, it's not basically, it is their fielding percentage, just divided by 1,000. So, or multiplied by 1,000, I guess. All right, so we are going to have Odom McDowell lead off against Andy Hawkins, and the 585 off of his card is going to be a strikeout. So we're going to a 120 will be a strikeout swinging. The score sheet I'm using is a score sheet from On Base Baseball, so I'm just repurposing that. You could use any score sheet you want. It has by at-bats, so not by innings. 277 to Toby Hara. Hara 218 average, 7 home runs and 41 RBIs in 1986. So 277 to Andy Hawkins is going to be an out, and that will be a 53 is going to be a fly out here. And so then we see a 1 and a 4. So that's how we read on our outfield chart. Bring that in. So I read red and then black and then white. So I'm on the outfield chart, I'm going to read red and black. So red is a 1, and that's along the y-axis. 4 is along the x-axis, so we say 1, 4, and that's going to be a fly ball to very short center field. And coming on is the center fielder, McReynolds, and let's see if he makes the play. That's a 106, so that's definitely, his fielding rating in center is 977, so definitely makes the catch there as he makes a running grab for out number 2. And Hara is put away. Pete O'Brien up next. Rangers, arguably their best hitter. 436 is going to be another out for Andy Hawkins. So it looks like it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Let's see. 638 is going to be a grounder to the first baseman. And 880, first baseman is Steve Garvey. He's a 994, so no problem for him as he flips it over to the catcher for out number 3. So the Rangers go down in order. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the Padres facing off against the knuckleballer, Charley Hough. And first up is Marvell Wynn. Wynn, 264 hitter, 264 with 7 home runs and 37 RBIs in 137 games. He's playing center field, lefty batter. 243 is going to be an out. 128 will be a fly ball, and this is going to go to 5-1. So 5-1 is going to be a fly ball down the line in right field, and that's going to go to Pete Incaviglia. Incaviglia makes the play in right field as he makes his way over to the line and puts it away for out number 1. Tony Gwynn up next. Gwynn playing right field for the Padres. He batted 329 with 14 bombs, 59 RBIs. 559 is going to be a strikeout. And he gets Tony swinging as he goes through. He goes through a knuckleball. Can't catch up to it. And that's going to bring up Kevin McReynolds. A 958 to McReynolds is going to be a wild pitch, so that's going to be nothing. So let's re-roll. 458 is going to be an out. 584 will be a ground ball. Sorry. 283, ground ball to second. And oh, we might have a little error check here. So ground ball to the second baseman. That's going to go to Toby Hara. He's a 982. This is a 924, so he'll make the play at second base. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego as Charley Hough takes care of the Padres in the first. Go to the top of the second, no score. And it will be Incaviglia, Parrish, and Ruben Sierra to the plate for the Rangers. 141, that's going to be an out. And a 55 is a fly ball to 4-7. That's a fly ball to short center field. And the center fielder is McReynolds. He comes in and makes the play for out number 1. 1 down. And Larry Parrish to the plate. He's the DH in this game. Parrish had a good season in 1986. 276 batting average in 129 games. 28 home runs, 94 RBIs. So bit of a sluggo. And 604 is going to be a strikeout as he strikes out swinging. Andy Hawkins on his game so far. He's got 2 strikeouts. Brings up Ruben Sierra. Sierra, a youngster back then. 264 hitter, 16 homers, 55 RBIs in 113 games played. He was mostly a utility outfielder. Kind of gave everyone a spell back then. 235. 235 is going to be an out. That's will be a fly ball to 5-7. Fly ball to center field. So McReynolds is under it, and he makes the out for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go the Rangers in the second. Still without a hit against Andy Hawkins. Score is 0-0. Going to the bottom of the second inning. It's Steve Garvey, Terry Kennedy, and Greg Nettles. Garvey, 255, 21 home runs, 81 RBIs. So had a really nice year for San Diego as he was getting toward the end of his career, playing first base in this game. 834 is going to be a hit. Let's see what kind of hit Garvey's got in him. A 901. That's going to be a home run off of Garvey's card. 853 to 1,000 is going to be a home run, and Garvey goes deep. He catches one of those knuckleballs right in the middle of the plate, and he serves it over the left center field wall for the first run of the game, and San Diego takes a 1-0 lead. Terry Kennedy up, left-handed catcher, left-handed batting catcher. That's going to be a 0-9-0, which is going to be an out, and a 646 is a grounder to second base, and the second baseman Hara doesn't have any problems with that one. He gets it over to Pete O'Brien for out number 1. Greg Nettles up to the plate. Nettles, 218 average, 16 home runs, and 55 RBIs in 126 games. This is going to be an out. And 383 will be a fly ball to fairly deep right field. The right fielder there is Incaviglia, 696. He goes back on it and makes the play. So Incaviglia squeezes it for out number 2. Hough coming back strong after the solo home run. Like I said, he gave up 32 bombs in 230 innings, so definitely susceptible to the home run. Carmelo Martinez now, the DH, 454. It's going to be an out, and that will be a line drive as he catches one really well. And that's going to go to 8-2. 8-2, another liner to right field, and this time Incaviglia right in his tracks, hasn't played perfectly, and he puts it away for out number 3. But San Diego takes the lead on the Steve Garvey home run. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 Padres. It will be Slot, Buechele, and Fletcher to the plate. Don Slot, the catcher. He batted .264 with 13 homers and 46 RBIs in part-time duty, 95 games. He had 315 at-bats. Against Andy Hawkins, though, he's going to make an out, and that will be a ground ball to the first baseman. And the first baseman is Steve Garvey. Garvey, an excellent first baseman, picks it, takes it to the bag himself, and that's going to be out number 1 as Slot goes down on the grounder. Steve Buechele up. At home, the fans would shout Buechele. 994, so he's got one of those great names that doubles as a boo. 994 is going to be a home run as Steve Buechele, who had 18 bombs, goes deep off of Andy Hawkins and says, Steve Garvey, anything you can do, I can do better. As he drives one deep into the night in center field, and that's going to tie the ball game at 1. Here's Scott Fletcher. Fletcher's going to make an out. That is a fly ball to 4-7. Fly ball to 4-7 is going to be short center field. Short left center, I guess. And the center fielder is McReynolds, and he's going to be there to make the play for out number 2. So Hawkins comes back and gets Fletcher on the fly ball, and it brings up Odabe McDowell. McDowell struck out in his first at bat. Not going to strike out here. 914 is going to be a base hit. 339 will be a single. So Odabe McDowell on base with a single. Let's see if he takes off. 1 to 230, he's going to take off, and then 1 to 730, he's safe. He does not go. We could still steal with him. Let's go and do that. Let's try the stolen base. We got 1 run in, got a little bit to play with. And so 1 to 730, he's safe. 764, he's going to be caught stealing. And that's going to end the inning for the 3rd out. So Rangers take a gamble with 1 in the bank, and they tie it at 1 on the Steve Buechele home run. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 1. San Diego up, and that's going to be bottom of the order, Flannery, Templeton, and then back to Wynn at the top. So 569 for Charley Hough is going to be a strikeout. 730 be a strikeout looking. Thought he was going to get the old knuckleball, but Huff sneaks a fastball by him and catches him looking. Gary Templeton to the plate, 284. That's going to be an out. That'll be a ground out to the 3rd baseman, 467. Excuse me, the 3rd baseman is Buechele. He's got no problem with that as he gets it over to 1st, and that'll be out number 2. Marvell Wynn to the plate. Wynn flat out to right in his first at bat. He's going to make an out here, and that's going to be a 305, which is another fly ball. This goes to 10-3, which is deep to right field. Incaviglia is going back on it, and he's going to make the play again as he gets Wynn for out number 3. And he had to race back to the warning track, but he finally settles under it, and that's going to be out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Padres in the 3rd. Game still tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning, and it'll be Hawkins against the heart of the order, Toby Harrah, Pete O'Brien, and Pete Incaviglia. 409 is an out. That's a ground ball to second base. No issues there for the second baseman Flannery as he gets it over to 1st, and that'll be out number 1. Toby Harrah now over 2. Pete O'Brien up, first baseman, and he's 0 for 1 in the game. 839 is going to be a base hit. 279, that'll be a single, as Pete O'Brien gets on with a base knock. Pretty slow runner, but he's activated at 1 to 32. Not going to go. No need to steal with him here. 975 to the next batter is Incaviglia. And we got it just into the home run range here, 974 to 1,000. We got 975, so that's going to be a 2-run shot from Pete Incaviglia, who goes to right center field, muscles up, and hits a 2-run shot. And that's going to put the Rangers ahead now 3 to 1. Puts the Rangers up 3 to 1 on the 2-run homer by Pete Incaviglia. Andy Hawkins leaves it out over the middle of the plate, and Inky knows what to do with it. 6-0-2, that's going to be a strikeout as he comes back on Larry Parrish, and he gets the strikeout swinging as Parrish can't catch up to it. Tries to drive one himself and can't get to it. 2 outs now. Ruben Sierra coming up. He flied out to center his first at bat. He's going to make an out here. 660 will be a grounder to 932. That's a grounder to the shortstop. Shortstop Templeton. No issues getting to that one, and he'll get it over to first base for the out. But Texas does put up 2. They take a 3 to 1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Padres will send up Gwynn, McReynolds, and Garvey to the plates. So heart of the order for them against the right-handed knuckleballer, Charley Hough. 306 is going to be an out, and that will be a ground ball to the catcher. A little nubber out to the catcher, and the catcher is Don Slott. He jumps on it, gets it over to first base for the first out of the inning. Gwynn 0 for 2 now. Kevin McReynolds playing center field, listed as a left fielder, but playing center in this game. 718 is going to be a walk for the center fielder. And so runner at first with 1 out. We'll see if McReynolds goes 1 to 61. He's taken off, and he does not. He's not super fast. 470 means average to below average. So we'll see if Garvey can repeat what he did before, 610. Garvey with a home run in his first at bat. 610 is going to be a strikeout. He takes a home run cut and comes up empty as he strikes out for out number 2. Terry Kennedy to the plate, left-handed hitting catcher. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. 306 is going to be an out. And that goes, it's a liner, so he hits it well. He hits it to left center field, not deep. And the center fielder is Otoby McDowell, and he chases it down in the gap and makes the play for out number 3. The Rangers head into the top of the 5th, ahead 3 to 1 for San Diego in the 4th. There was no runs on no hits, 1 left on. Both pitchers pitching well so far. 3 to 1 is our score. We got Don Slott, Steve Buechele, and Scotty Fletcher at the bottom of the order for the Rangers. This will be an out, and 841 is going to be a liner to 10-9, so a deep liner to left field to the warning track. Let's see if the left fielder Sierra gets back to it, and he does as he reaches up at the last second and gets it at the wall. 7, not 9. Okay. And Don Slott is retired. Hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. And Steve Buechele hit the ball hard and has something to show for it last time. He had a home run in his first at bat. 855. Let's see, that's going to be a hit and not a home run this time, but it is a single. So he's 2 for 2 from the bottom of the order. Buechele 1 to 86 will be taken off. That's a 69. So Buechele, here he goes, 1 to 310. He's safe, and he's out. So that's out number 2. Try to surprise him a little bit, and Fletcher now to the plate. with 2 outs and nobody on. 961 will be a hit by pitch as Andy Hawkins lets that one get away. So at first is Scott Fletcher, a 110, and he'll be taken off, and he doesn't. 510 speed. That's not enough for my book. Let's let Old B. McDowell hit. He had a single in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. He's going to get a hit here, 948, and a 309 is going to be another base hit, so he's 2 for 3. Couple singles. And with 2 outs, the runner at first is going to take third. So runners at the corners now with Toby Harrah to the plates and Andy Hawkins on the ropes a little bit. Don't know how long we can keep him out there, but 163, he comes back and he makes a pitch. 949 will be a liner. This is a line drive to 2-9, which is short left field. Coming on is the left fielder. Who is that? Somebody here. It's McReynolds. I had him in center, but he's in left. McReynolds comes in and makes the play and catches the low liner for out number 3 and extinguishes the threat for Hawkins. So they get runners to the corners, the Rangers do, but they can't bring anybody in. Had a good opportunity there, and Andy Hawkins shuts them down. So still 3-1 our score as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Nettles, Martinez, and Flannery to the plate against Charley Hough. 661 will be a walk. So good start for San Diego as they get a runner on first. Nettles not much of a threat to steal, but he's activated with a 133. Not going to happen. He's only a 450 on his speed, so not great. Carmelo Martinez pays off, 936. 936 is going to be a hit, so just inside the hit range. And Martinez with an 888 is going to be a bomb as Carmelo Martinez reaches out and he pokes one over the left field wall as it just scrapes out of there. And that's going to be a 2-run home run that ties the ball game at 3. So Martinez, the DH, comes through for the Padres. Brings up Tim Flannery with nobody out and nobody on. 919 is going to be another hit. 743 will be a single for Tim Flannery. And let's see. We'll play it to the outfield, see where that goes. It goes to 910, which is a go zone. So 910 is a go zone. So that means on the single, which I haven't been playing the whole game, but I'll try to remember to do that. On that single, he is actually going to take second. So the outfielder doesn't get to it until it's deep in the corner. And Flannery is going to take one base on that. That turns to a double. And so that's going to be runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Padres. They've already tied it up in this inning. Gary Templeton to the plate. He makes an out. That's 767, which is a grounder to second base. This is going to move the runner over. And 4-3 on the putout for out number 1, but on the fielder's choice, the runner does move over. So runner at third base now with 1 out. Might get a chance to do the sacrifice fly here. Marvell Wynn, average fly ball hitter. Let's see how it goes with him. So 241 is definitely going to be an out. 234 will be a fly ball. Okay, so we got an opportunity here. Let's see where the fly ball goes to. An 8 and a 10 is going to be pretty deep left field. You can see 8, 10 here. And so when we look over here at our success adjustment, well, let's see if he makes the out first. Okay, so the catch is made. Catch is made by the left fielder, Sierra, here. And the adjustment to the player at third, so the runner at third is Tim Flannery. Flannery here, his success is 310. We can add 200 to that, so that's going to be 510. And so he's a 1 to 510 to be safe at home. And this is for the lead. So 1 to 510 and he's safe. And the roll is a 99. And so he's going to be safe at home on the sacrifice fly. And we'll go sac fly 7, give him an RBI. And that's going to be out number 2. And so that's how the outfield plays chart works in those base running situations. That was one of the reasons I wanted to create that chart, was to be able to have those base running situations where you need to tag up or take in an extra base or something like that if you're going first to third. All right, 2 down. Tony Gwynn up, nobody on base. And this is a 558. 558 is going to be a strikeout. 380 will be a strikeout, looking as Charley Hough has him guessing. And that's going to be 3 runs in for the Padres as they take the lead 4-3 over the Rangers. Good one here as we go to the top of the 6th. 4-3 lead for San Diego. And Andy Hawkins still in the game. Got a bit of a short leash for him. Let's see how he does this inning. 112 is going to be an out. That's a ground ball to third base, and the third baseman is Nettles, and he'll get it over to Garvey for out number 1. Pete Incaviglia up. He had a 2-run home run in his last at bat. He's got a fly ball out as well. 821. 821 is a hit. So let's see what kind of damage he does here. 899, and that's going to be another bomb for Incaviglia. 779 to 1,000. Inky hit 30 home runs with 88 RBIs, so maybe not so shocking that he hits another home run here. And so that's 2 home runs, 3 RBIs for Pete Incaviglia, and he ties the game at 4, as he has been basically the offense for the Rangers in this game. Larry Parrish to the plate. He is over 2 with 2 Ks. 664 is going to be a walk, and I think that's going to be the end of the line for Andy Hawkins, as they can't afford to let the game slip away here. So let's go ahead and find a new pitcher for San Diego. Got quite a few here. 6th inning. Let's say Craig Lefferts. Coming to the game. Lefferts, left-handed reliever. My gut says change the pitcher. And when my gut says change the pitcher, I'm going to change the pitcher. So 5 1/3 for Andy Hawkins. He's given up all 4 runs, including the tying home run they just gave up to Pete Incaviglia. This is going to be Craig Lefferts, the lefty. He comes in the 6th inning, and he inherits 1 base runner. Larry Parrish, 1 to 22. He's going to take off, and he does not. So Ruben Sierra will come to the plate. Sierra 0 for 2, ground out and a fly out. 844 is going to be a hit off of Lefferts. 625 will be a double. So a 2-bagger for Sierra as he greets Craig Lefferts coming into the game. Sierra switch hitter. And he wraps that one down into the left field wall. And Parrish, will he try to score? He's a 1 to 290 to score with 1 out. Let's not do that. And so we got Don Slott to the plate with 2 men on in scoring position. Let's see if Lefferts can get them out of this mess. 500 is going to be a strikeout. 83 will be a strikeout swinging, so that's a good start. And Don Slott goes down swinging with 2 in scoring position. So that's going to bring up Steve Buechele. Buechele 2 for 2 with a home run and a single, and he comes up in a clutch situation here. 2 down, 2 on, and he is going to get a hit. So that's an error there. That should be these should be 9s. So that should be 980. And 937 is within the hit range. And that's going to be a single. So that's going to be a 2-run single for Steve Buechele, who remains hot. He's got 3 RBIs in the game. And he's going to bring home both runners as each runner gets an extra base on the single. So scores from third, Parrish from third, and Sierra at second base is going to score automatically with 2 outs, and that's going to take a 5-4 lead. So the Rangers in a seesaw battle with San Diego. 521 is going to be another strikeout. 354 will be a strikeout looking. And Lefferts gets the K, but it's 1 too late as he gives up 3 in the inning. And that's going to be 6-4. I'm sorry, not 5-4. 6-4. And Texas takes the lead. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Charley Hough still going strong. Let's see if he can continue what he's been doing against the heart of the order. 346 is going to be an out. And that will be a fly ball to 8-7. Which is fly ball to center field, fairly deep. 956 is going to be Odobe McDowell. He makes the play on Kevin McReynolds as he goes back to the warning track and makes the play on the run. Steve Garvey to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Not going to get a hit here. 292 will be a fly ball to short left field. Coming in as the left fielder Sierra, and he'll make the play for out number 2. So a couple fly balls here, but no fruit against Charley Hough. Still going strong for the Rangers. It'll be Terry Kennedy to the plate. Kennedy's going to make an out, and that will be a fly ball as well. So 3 fly balls. This goes to 4-6, which is going to be dead center field. Looks like a can of corn out there for Odobe McDowell, and it is. And he puts it away for out number 3. So 3 of 3 down go the Padres in the bottom of the 6th. The Rangers have a 6-4 lead. And we're going to leave Lefferts out there. I don't know, maybe that's a big mistake. We'll see. And he'll be facing off against the top of the order, McDowell, Hara, and O'Brien. McDowell 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. This is going to be a ground ball to 117, which is first base. That's Steve Garvey, good first baseman over there. He scoops it up and tosses it to the pitcher covering, and that'll be out number 1. 3-1 on the putout. Toby Hara to the plate. He's 0 for 3. 963. 963 is just inside the hit range, and that will be a single for Toby Hara. Hara, good hitter. No, Hara, not a good hitter. I was thinking of Scott Fletcher. So let's see. That's going to be a single to where? 5-2. It's a single to fairly short right field. We would need to take 100 off of Hara to advance to second base. Not going to do that. So let's see if he's activated with a steal. He's not. 1-32 would have been an auto steal. And so we'll see. O'Brien to the plate. He is going to make the out. 563 will be a grounder. With 1 out, this is going to be a double play opportunity if they can make the catch. 193 will be to the second baseman. The second baseman is Flannery, so he'll make the play. We assume the out at second base, or I like to assume the out at second base. So we'll go 4-6. And let's roll against Pete O'Brien's success. That's going to be a 1-320 safe at first, and he'll be out on the 4-6-3 double play. So that's out number 2, out number 3, and down go the Rangers in the 7th inning. Lefferts gets out of that one with the double play, and no more runs scored. It's still 6-4, Texas over San Diego. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, it'll be Nettles, Martinez, and Flaherty against Charley Hough. Hough, again, on a short leash. We'll see how he does this inning. If he gets in any trouble, we're going to bring him out of the game. But no trouble here. That will be a line drive. So Nettles gets a hold of one, hits it to dead center field. McReynolds is there in center. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Marvo Wynn. 627. It's not Marvo Wynn. Who's it? Oddibe McDowell. So that's going to be a liner to center field for out number 1. He does make the play. Carmelo Martinez, 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run in his last at bat. Let's see how he fares against Charley Hough this time. 345. That's going to be an out. 370. This will be a fly ball to short center field. Coming on is McDowell, and he makes the play for out number 2. Both outs going to center field so far. And Flannery, the second baseman, he hit a double and scored on something. Was a sac fly. Scored on a sac fly in his last at bat. 309. That'll be an out. 769 will be a grounder to the first baseman. The first baseman is O'Brien, and he'll make the play to first himself. And that's 3 up, 3 down. Go San Diego. That's 2 innings in a row. Charley Hough has set them down in order. And we head to the top of the 8th inning. It's still 6-4. Texas over San Diego. San Diego's going to bring in a new pitcher. Let's bring in Lance McCullers. They're trying to keep this game close. Maybe they can strike for it against Hough. McCullers, the all-everything relief pitcher, pitched in 70 games, had 7 starts, 2.78 ERA, 92 Ks in 136 innings, 10-10 record. And we are in the 8th, so that's 2.2. 1.2. Sorry. 1.2 innings for Lefferts. And we got a new pitcher here. He'll be facing off against Incaviglia, Parrish, and Sierra. Incaviglia 2 for 3. He has 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. And let's see if McCullers can stop him. And he does, just inside the out. This will be a fly ball. And the fly ball goes to 9-3. That will be deep to right field. Tony Gwynn going back on it. And he makes the play over his shoulder. And that's going to be out number 1 as Incaviglia gave it a ride. But comes up empty. He's 2 for 4 now. But he's made those two hits count. Larry Parrish with a walk and a run scored in his last at bat. He's going to get a base knock here. 941. 720 is going to be a double off of his card. So 2-bagger for the DH. And that's his first hit of the game. So runner in scoring position. What is he? We'll keep it there. Runner in scoring position with Ruben Sierra coming up. 745. 745 is going to be a walk. And the relievers haven't been very relieving for San Diego so far. Let's see if they can get out of this. Ground ball covers all sins. 483. 483 is going to be an out. A 98 is going to be a fly ball. And that will go to 1-8, which is very short left field. No runners are going to be able to advance. And that's going to be an out made by the left fielder McReynolds. 2 outs in the inning. No one can advance because it's into the red zone. So you can see here, I think it was 3-8. So it's into this red zone, and that's a no-go zone. So no one can advance when the ball is caught in that zone. So we go to Steve Buechele. Buechele 3 for 3. What a day. 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. He's got 1 in scoring position right now, and he is going to come up empty. 341. That is a 729, so that'll be a grounder to the shortstop, and the shortstop is Templeton. He doesn't have any issues with that. He's going to get it over to first for the third out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, 2 left on for the Rangers in the top of the 8th inning. Go to the bottom of the 8th. My gut says take Charley Hough out. So that's what I'm going to do. Hough goes 7 innings and pitched extremely well. The Rangers do have some guys in the back end of their bullpen who can pitch. So I'm going to bring in Jeff Russell. He's less of a wild card than Mitch Williams. Not as much a strikeout pitcher. So we'll see if we need to bring Williams in to get a strikeout, we'll do that. But we'll just have to see. It's going to be the bottom of the order. Templeton, Wynn, and Tony Gwynn. So Wynn and Gwynn at the top. And they're coming in against Russell, Jeff Russell. I remember Jeff Russell when I was a kid. And really good relief pitcher. You can see here 82 innings, 3.40 ERA, and 37 games pitched. So hopefully he can get the hold and pass it on to Greg Harris, their closer. Doesn't look like he's going to. 992. 992 is going to be a home run to Gary Templeton, the light hitting shortstop, as he moves one over the plate. And Templeton reaches out. And he gets the barrel on it and gets it right down the line and just squeaks it over the fence. And that's going to be, that's going to make it a 1-run game. So that is 6-5 now. And no outs and Marvell Wynn to the plate. Top of the order for the Padres. 448 is going to be an out. 675 will be a grounder to second base, and the second baseman Hara scoops it up and gets it over to first for out number 1. Tony Gwynn to the plate. Gwynn 0 for 3. This would be a great time to get something going for him, and he just cannot today. That'll be a 318 grounder to the third baseman, and the third baseman is Bouchel, and he wings it over to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Kevin McReynolds, last hope here for San Diego in the 8th. 256 to be an out, and that's a fly ball to 10-8, which is really deep. So back to the warning track, and the wall is the left fielder, Sierra, and he's going to make the play right at the wall on a high fly ball. It goes to 7. And San Diego gets one back on the home run, gets within 1, and they are going to bring in the closer, Goose Gossage, keep them there so that maybe they can have some hope in the 9th inning. So 1 inning for Lance McCullers. He'll be facing the bottom of the order. It's Fletcher, McDowell, and Hara. Fletcher, a 300 batter in 1986. And Goose Gossage, 64 innings in 45 games. 4.45 ERA, but 21 saves for 21 saves for San Diego. I really think he's the save option. McCullers had a few saves. Lefferts had a few saves, but really Gossage, the big man throwing gas. He is the save option. He'll be facing off against Fletcher, the shortstop. Fletcher 0 for 2. He was plunked earlier in the game. 922. 922 is going to be a hit, so he's going to get a base hit here. Let's see how it goes. 449. That'll be a single. And Fletcher's on. And let's see if he stretches that at all. 7-5. 7-5 is you could advance by adding 100. Let's not do that. McDowell's been hot this game, and he is activated on a steal at 110. Doesn't do that either. So Otomy McDowell with one on runner on first, nobody out. 592. 592 is going to be a strikeout. 768. He gets him looking as Jeff Russell gets his first strikeout. One out, one on, and Toby Harrah come to the plate. Let's go ahead and try to steal. Second with Bouchel. Actually, it's Scott Fletcher, right? Fletcher is 1 to 510. He's going to make it. So let's see if he can get to second base ahead of some of these guys at the top. 516. Oh, the dice are killing me. And so that's a caught stealing. That's out number 2. It's a bang-bang play at second base. And he is called out. And so Toby Harrah with 2 outs. 365 is going to be an out. That'll be a grounder to the shortstop. And the shortstop is Templeton. Templeton makes the play to first. And that's going to be out number 3 as the Rangers run themselves out of an inning in the 9th, trying to squeak out an extra run for Greg Harris, who's going to come into the game and try to close things out for the Rangers. 6 to 5 is our score. And let's bring Harris in. Russell did his job, sort of. Give up a run. And Harris is going to come in for the save. And let's see if he can do it. He's going to be facing off against Garvey, Kennedy, and Nettles. So sort of the heart of the order here. Garvey with a home run already in the second inning. Not going to get a chance here. That's going to be an 889, which is a liner. So he hits it hard to deep center field. Going back on the ball, he has a center fielder, McDowell, and he's going to make a running catch at the warning track. And that's going to be out number 1 on the liner to center. So Steve Garvey gave it a ride, but it'll be McDowell there to make the play. 1 down in the 9th inning. Terry Kennedy up. Kennedy is 0 for 2. He scored on the Carmelo Martinez home run. This will be an out. 779 will be a line drive, so it gets a hold of another one. This goes to 7-8, which is a liner to left field. Sierra is there, and he makes the catch on the line drive, and that's going to be out number 2. So 2 hard hit balls so far, but they both go for outs. San Diego with 1 opportunity left. That's Greg Nettles. Nettles was the one who scored on the home run. Sorry about that. 492 is going to be a strikeout, and look at Greg Harris. He puts him away to end the game as Nettles caught looking and can't pull the trigger. 3 up, 3 down goes San Diego in the 9th inning, and that's going to be your ball game as Texas wins 6 to 5, and Harris comes in and gets the shutdown inning for the save. Win goes to Charley Hough. Loss goes to Andy Hawkins, and these other guys just did their job. So Gossage came in for 1 inning, shut down the Rangers, and that's the game. So maybe I'll post the final totals and things like that on the YouTube channel as a post. And if you want to play this game, you can play it. Just go to the link in the description, and there you can download the files. Just click on the links on the page, and it'll download the files for you. So you can get the player cards, the batter and the pitcher cards. You'll get the fielding cards, so the fielding chances card plus the actual team fielding cards. You'll have the outfield place chart there that you can use as well. And I have not included the scorecard, although you can get the scorecard at onbasebaseball.com as a free download, and check that out. And I think those are the components that you need to play the game. The game has a pretty small footprint. Most everything comes right off the cards. We have the one chart, and it's not particularly complex. but it does provide a nice flow, a nice game, and a little weird with everything coming off the picture card first, so that's a little backwards for a lot of people, but you can see that the game plays out really well. You have these occasional games like Tony Gwynn doesn't get shut down very much, but I've also had Gwynn go 4 for 4. So I think he makes up for it at different times. And you can see that players are performing to their levels. Pete Incaviglia, probably the player of the game here. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and a second star to Steve Buechele, who had a home run and 2 singles. He also had 3 RBIs. So a couple of really good performances there. Pete O'Brien, 1 for 4, and 2 for 5 for Oddibe McDowell. Had a few home runs here. So a home run by Garvey, Martinez, and Gary Templeton went yard. Marvell Wynn had a sac fly for a run, and not too much else happening up here. Mick Reynolds with a walk, Kennedy 0 for 4. So Charley Hough really shut down San Diego for the most part, scattered some hits and a few runs, had 1 big inning in the 5th, and other than that, pitched very well for the Rangers, 7 innings, and only, what did he give up? He gave up 4 runs. So a quality start, almost a quality start for him. All right, I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments about the game or about anything else, you can leave them in the comment section below. Would love to hear your thoughts on this game. Do you like it? Do you like the year? This is a matchup of teams that didn't play in 1986, so kind of cool. My intention is to release the entire 1986 season. I just want to make sure I'm working out all the kinks and adding in any features that make sense to the game at this point before I go ahead and go into production producing a season. So I want the game engine to be as good as it can be before I begin to officially make cards. You can see one of these, these cards are all messed up here, so I got to go back into there and make sure that's all cleaned up and everything is right and there's no errors on the cards as far as I can get them. The game guide explains how to play, so I do have a full game guide about how to play. This video obviously is going to be a good companion, and in the demo teams you get 4 teams, so you get the 2 we just played with, plus you get the Yankees and the Cardinals from 1986, so you can tell those are full teams. You can get a lot of players already just with the demo, and it's pitchers and batters. So any pitcher with at least 100 batters faced, and any I had 2 of each player, whoever the starter and the backup was for each position. So it's not 18, it's more like 14 or 15 batters, because you can see, Sierra played 3 positions. So there's not a separate backup for each of these. Just one guy is backing up for each of these. And that happens quite a bit, but not always. Martinez does double duty here between playing, he's playing left field, Wynn in center, and Kruk in right. So, you got a backup and a starter, sort of for each of those. So each team is a little bit different in terms of the number of players, but you're going to get most of the players who played most of the games for the season. So, all right, I think that's it for me. Like I said, if you want to play this, just click on the link in the description, and it'll take you to where you can download the files and play yourself. I'd love to hear your feedback. Send an email to onbasebaseball.com or at gmail.com, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about the game or ways to improve it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, click subscribe and then click on the little bell icon, and that will you'll get a notification every time I upload new videos, which is a few times a week. So there's actually quite a bit of content here, and it goes in ebbs and flows because I work on basketball and I work on football as well. So baseball does ebb and flow a little bit, but with baseball front and center, I feel like this is a good time to kind of get this out there and let people see it, even if the production cards don't come out until a little bit later. All right, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.